Hi, today we're going to talk about generations and specifically Generation Z. So, Generation Z, also known as Gen Z or Centennials, are the generation that was born between 1997 and 2012, following millennials. Known as the youngest, most ethnically diverse, and largest generation. Gen Z was raised with technology, the internet, and social media, which caused them to be stereotyped as tech addicted, antisocial, or social justice warriors. Generation X includes those born between 1965 and 1981, during the reconstruction of Europe after the war. To work was their philosophy of life. Ambition and addiction to work are the values which they grow up with. The baby boomers, born between 1945 and 1964. And they are called this because they were born during the baby boom, the period in which the birth rate shot up. They went through the entire period of tech evolution and the rise of the media. They are known for being active both physically and mentally. In spite of having adapted to a world, they are less dependent on smartphones than the next generations. Generation I were born between 1983 and 1994, and technology is part of their everyday lives. All their activities are related with the screen. The concept of on and off is completely part of their lives. However, they were not born into it. Now let's talk about what's expected for the future of Gen Z. Gen Z will take the lead in a few decades. They arrived with a tablet and a smartphone under their arms. It's part of their DNA. It became a necessary thing into their homes, their education, and their way of socializing. And if Generation I has difficulty finding a job, the situation for Gen Z is even worse. Other real problem is their relationships. Because of their tech addiction, they might neglect their interpersonal relationships. They are the ones that give more voice to social causes on the internet. But now let's talk about the dark side of Generation Z. Gen Z is clearly the most stressed, anxious, and depressed generation of all time. Mental health problems are because of school pressure, joblessness, and even politics and other things. Tech plays a role too. Growing up in a hyper-connected world can invoke intense feelings of isolation. Social media has been found to negatively impact mental health of teenagers. Body image issues for one in every three teenage girls. So, this is it. Hope you could learn a little more about Generation Z in this presentation.